maps, the very essence of CS2. It's the thing that you play on. It says a lot about your personality. It says a lot about the way you play. Your favourite map is individual to you and can mean so many different things. So today, just like my knife tier list, I'm going to make a tier list on all of the competitive maps that we have currently in CS2 and what they say about you. So starting off, we've got Train. Train is the newest map in the CS map pool, and you know, it's definitely the best looking graphically, in my opinion at least. But if you're the type of guy who plays Train, you're either like some crazy smurf, or you're just, I don't know, you're just some kind of like ultra try-hard sweat. I also see tons and tons and tons of sus players on Train, so you're probably a cheater too. But a lot of the Train enjoyers go back quite a lot. You know, a lot of you guys are OGs. You've been playing CS since, you know, the CS Source days and that sort of thing. So, you know, Train's still pretty cool. I'd say overall, Train's definitely the type of map for people who like a bit of nostalgia in their lives, you know. If you're a Train player, you're definitely a nostalgic person, a bit of a boomer, you know, sort of like the classic knife enjoyer. But, you know, Train's pretty decent. I'm going to put it in a solid B tier. Alright, similar to Train, we've got Anubis. So, Anubis is a little bit of an interesting one because I feel like the type of people who play Anubis are a little bit weird, you know. If you're an Anubis enjoyer, you're kind of obsessed with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially on Premier. Like, if you're playing Premier and you're an Anubis player, you're always trying to get your team to not vote Anubis off. I think, you know, the type of people that play Anubis just stay on it forever in purgatory, and there's a couple of maps that do that as well, and I'll let you guys know about them at later points. But overall, Anubis is a pretty decent map. I just kind of feel like, you know, your average Anubis player is just, as I said, just a little bit unhinged. Not to the point where you're absolutely crazy. It's just like, I don't know why you would pick it over certain maps, but, you know, it's still a decent map nonetheless. It's alright, but I'd say at least, you know, a B tier, but nothing too special. But there's just better maps. Alright, Ancient. So, I've got a little bit of bias here, because I do quite like Ancient, I've got to be honest. Especially for competitive, you know. For casual and deathmatch, Ancient's it's alright. But for competitive, Ancient's pretty damn good, I've got to be honest. I feel like it's one of the most balanced maps there is, and I can't really put my finger on why. I just feel like, you know, it's not like heavily sided towards one side, you know. T's have plenty of places you can go, and then CT's are, you know, also got plenty of places. It's just a good map, right? But despite that, if you're the type of player who plays Ancient, there's you're either one of two players. You're either absolute dog shit, like there's just like the worst of the worst, complete bot, like terrible at the game, or you're insane. Like there's no middle ground. You're not. I don't find anyone who's alright at Anubis. You're either sick at Anubis or you're terrible at Anubis. You know, or you're just a pro. So yeah, I mean, Anubis enjoyers are kind of like, I wouldn't say they're like Chads, but they're definitely Sigmas. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Patrick Batemans of the CS world play Anubis. Anubis? What am I on about? Ancient. So yeah, overall, Ancient is a solid, like, ooh, I might have to put it, do you know what? I might have to put it in S tier. I really, really do like Ancient. It is a good map. Yeah, Ancient's going to be our first S tier. Right, we all know Nuke, and we all know the heritage that Nuke has, right? Like, Nuke's decent, I can't lie. But if you main Nuke, it's one of only, I would say, 2 maps where if you main Nuke, you're actually like a psycho. You just are. But unlike another map that we'll get onto later, you're not like a bad psycho. You're not, you know, you're not like one of those psychos that goes around killing people, right? You're just a bit mad. You've lost the plot, you know, you have no empathy, that sort of thing, right? But Nuke's decent. It's really, if you've got a big group of mates, which, you know, none of you actually have friends that play this game, so that's a rarity. But, you know, if you have a group of mates, let's say you're in a 5-man, for example, Nuke can be really good fun. There's tons and tons and tons of silly meme strats you can do on Nuke. There's tons of, like, silly, like, movement areas. Like, it is a movement map. Like, the movement gods of the world grace this map. Like, it is crazy. This and Mirage are like the two movement like paradises. But other than that, like, it can be extremely one-sided. Like, if you're having a bad game on Nuke, you know about it. Like, unlike other maps where you're just like, oh, do you know what? We'll pull it back, guys. We'll pull it back. If you're getting smashed on Nuke, you ain't coming back from that. It's over. So, for that reason, I think I'm going to put Nuke in B tier. Alright. The go-to, Mirage, right? If I said bad things about Mirage, I'd probably get cancelled. It's that iconic. But I've got to be honest, Mirage entertains, you know, a certain breed of player. The person who mains Mirage is just outright, without a doubt, a tryhard. Like, you cannot defend yourself. If you main Mirage, you're playing it for one specific reason, and that's to win. There's no, you know, middle ground. There's no room for messing about or meme strats or just having fun with your friends. Like, if you're playing Mirage, you guys are going into gamer mode. Like, it is literally kill or be killed. Like, may the best man win. It's a proving ground. You know, if you're doing crap on Mirage, the game probably isn't for you. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, it's the most popular map for a reason. It's very, very, very balanced. It's good fun, I will be honest. I'm so mixed on Mirage, because if I'm doing bad on Mirage, I've got such a huge, like, rage on it. It's like, you don't even understand. It's crazy. But if I'm doing good on Mirage, like, I'm enjoying the game. It's one of those things. But, yeah, no, I've got to be honest, right? As much as I'm not a massive fan of Mirage, I've got to put it in S tier, just because of how playable it is. It's so replayable, it's insane. Like, if I was going to play 10 games of CS in one day, right, and if they were all Mirage, I wouldn't lose my sanity. If they were all up, like, Dust 2, I'd probably go insane and kill my whole family. So, yeah, Mirage, not bad. Right, a little side note, I know we're working through like this, but Basalt and Eden, they're new maps, and I haven't played a massive amount of them, especially Eden. I've played quite a lot of Basalt. Basalt's good fun. I'd say it's a solid A tier map. And Eden, you know, I put Eden in C tier. It's not bad, not great, but this is just sort of like a mid Overpass. Right, Inferno. Inferno. To my Italians out there, to my wine enjoyers and racing car enthusiasts, Inferno is the map based in Italy. You know, there are 2 maps based in Italy. I might be chatting shit, there might be more, but yeah, no, Inferno, it's a classic map. It's been remastered, I don't know how many times, I think like 3 times, right? Something like that. It looks great in CS2. Again, it's one of the maps that looks really, really good, one of the better maps. Inferno can either be, like, you're either going to have a really good time on Inferno, or you're going to get absolutely smashed. Like, I know I've said that a few times with a few maps, like, it just is the case in this game sometimes, and the type of Inferno enjoyer is a good chance that you know, you're pretty decent at the game, because Inferno requires it's a bit of an acquired taste, right? It requires quite a bit more skill than a lot of the other maps. There's a bit more strategy that I find with Inferno. Particularly if you're an Inferno enjoyer, you're a bit flamboyant, you know. You're a little bit camp, for lack of a better word. You're a little bit, you know, eccentric as well. Like, you sort of defend Inferno as the best map in the game, when we all know it isn't. Like, you know, it's good, but it's not the best map in the game. You know, it's nowhere near. It is a B tier map, and you need to just stop making noise because you're just wrong. Like, right, Dust 2. Now, I'll be honest, I do really like Dust 2, but that's purely just rose-tinted glasses. If you play Dust 2 in 2025 as your main map, you are Turkish. That's just, you know, that's just how it is. The amount of Turkish people that play Dust 2 is insane. They have made this map their home. And the Turks that play it are bloody good. Like, some of them are pretty mid, some of them are crap at the game, but a lot of them are extremely good at Dust 2, and they just play it on repeat. Now, I don't think Dust 2 is as replayable as something like Mirage, personally. You know, if I have a bad game on Dust, that's it. I'm done with Dust for the day. But, you know, with Mirage, for example, I can probably, like, play a different map. But yeah, no, as I've noticed the video is getting on, I'm going to quickly summarise the rest of the maps and go a bit quicker. But yeah, overall, Dust 2 is decent. I would say, again, it's a B tier map. It's not amazing, not terrible. Oh boy, Overpass. I love this map. I will be honest, if you play Overpass, my guy, like, handshake, for real. Like, the Arnold Schwarzenegger handshake from Predator. That's what I'm offering to you right now, man. This map is so good. It's easily an S tier map, just straight, like, right off the bat. It is so good. It's very balanced. It looks awesome in CS2. Overpass is goated. There's not really much else I need to say about it. If you play Overpass, you're a Chad. Vertigo. Now, I feel like Vertigo gets a little bit of stick. It was recently removed from the Premier Pool. You know, it gets a lot of hate. Now, this easily used to be my favourite map in the entire game. But certain things have changed about it. Certain things have changed for the worse. I don't know why they opened up A site. Don't know what they were thinking with that. I loved A site Wingman back in the day. You know, when it was old A site. Oh my word, it looks so good. I mean, like, what the heck have they done here? Like, come on, man. Yeah, Vertigo, unfortunately, has had some very bad changes that have made the map quite mid. But overall, you know, it's still a half-decent map, but it's just not what it used to be. Like, it's good for casual, but competitive, like, I just don't ever play it anymore. And for that, I've got to put it in C tier. Vertigo's great, don't get me wrong, and it has a lot of nostalgia for me. But if you're the type of player that plays Vertigo, you're trying to hold on to hope, and you're trying to grip onto the last little ounce of hope that this map has. Oh, brother. Office. Right. I like Office. I'll just completely admit it. I like Office. But the type of people that play Office are a select breed of people. They're either spin botters, Russians, or the clinically insane. This is the other map I was on about. If you main Office, you are a psychopath. You just are. There's no other word for it. There's no other explanation for it. You are a psycho. Why would you pick this map over some of the other amazing maps we have in this game? Like, Office, if you're playing it seriously, what are you doing? Like, you just need to chill the hell out. This map, I'm literally convinced was literally put into the game for a joke. Like, it was like a social experiment, and you're perfectly part of it if you're just playing it all the time. But you know, overall, if you're playing it for the shits and giggles, it can be extremely funny. You know, I've got some clips coming from Office at a later point. You know, it is a good laugh. So for that, I mean, I'm going to put this in A tier. I'm not going to lie. Like, it can be extremely funny, but the serious ranking is C tier. But for the memes, it's A. Yeah, and lastly, we've got Italy. Like, this is the little lost puppy, you know? Like, this guy's all alone. He doesn't have any friends. Like, he's just by himself. And there's not really anything else to say. The map itself looks really, really pretty. Like, they've clearly spent quite a long time on this. I remember when they added this back to the game, they whacked it straight into the competitive pool. I was like, what are you doing? But yeah, no, Italy is a D tier map, let's be honest. It's unbalanced as hell. There's so many camping spots, it's actually insane. It's a nightmare to play on when you've got a team that doesn't know what they're doing. Overall, it's just like, unless you're an Italy tryhard, like, there's just no, I just don't see why you would play it. But yeah, anyway, that's going to conclude the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've tried keeping my view model to the right because some guys complained about it in my last video, and some other guys also complained about the noise, so hopefully the noise isn't so deafening right now. But yeah, that's been it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and take care.